Greetings and welcome back to Switched to Linux. We have a couple of topics to talk about today on this live stream. So, thanks for coming along. First, we're going to be talking about Microsoft killing off eBooks. Yeah, Microsoft and Google, they tend to just kill stuff. I don't know. Whoa, gotta mute that. Hey, DistroTube, how's it going there? Loopy's on. Greetings, Loopy. Hey there, Tom. You're looking slick. Cool name, by the way. All right, so DistroTube's just here for the kitty as well? Really? Huh, I didn't know that. All right, well, cool. I thought he was here for the awesome Linuxiness. So we're gonna be talking about the Microsoft one first. Then we're gonna look at AVLinux. We'll see how good that one looks. Thomas Holt's here. Greetings, Thomas Holt. So today we are going to be using Audible as a general sponsor because my latest book is now on Audible as well. So I went ahead and created some short links for those. So that's the book that's brand new on Audible right now. And you can actually look in the description down below, and I put in the links for all three of the books. So if you have not yet created an Audible account and you have been thinking about it, you can get the book, and the books are actually fairly cheap. I think they come down to like $7 because you get 2 free books a month with the $14.95 is what it costs. And then if you cancel after the first month, then you get to keep the book anyway. But again, we're going to be talking about while I do use that platform for selling some of the books, it's not the only way that you can get some of those, but Microsoft is killing them. Microsoft is killing them all. All right. So let's go ahead and dive on into the first one. Let's see who else is on. Thomas Holt, greetings. KO2610, hello. Richard Nader, how's it going there? Q and Fiend, greetings. Sleepy, how's it going there, Sleepy? Gnostic, how's it going there? Tom Slick is in the wacky racist personality. I'm into the wacky racist personality. I mean, I'm definitely a reptilian alien, and so, you know, means I'm into multiple different races. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this guy. And my apologies, guys. I am going to push the Audible again because I'm going to record the video to release it. So my apologies if you came on here. I'm just going to do that again. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Microsoft is killing ebooks. Did anybody buy ebooks for Microsoft? I don't know. You guys let me know. But before we get started here, we are sponsored by Audible as an affiliate link, not a paid sponsorship, but an affiliate link, simply because I have 3 of my own personal audiobooks over at Audible right now. You can get them with your monthly credit. You can buy them a la carte as well. There are other ways to purchase those books. They will be mentioned throughout here because we're talking about ebooks and some of the issues with some of these platforms. And so I thought it'd be a good time to introduce Audible. So check out the links in the description down below if you're interested in the books that I write. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this. So the article, I first spotted it over here on Ars Technica. Microsoft kills off the bookstore you probably didn't know it had. That's right. Now, I don't know, since I've never really voyaged onto Microsoft's bookstore. My ebooks may have been available for sale over there. I really don't know. I know the ebooks are not on Google Play, but the audiobooks are. I know they are. Ebooks and audiobooks are both on iTunes. So I don't know if my books were over there in Microsoft or not, but they did have a bookstore, and you could purchase the ebooks, and then they built ebook support into the Edge browser, and they're killing that. I wonder if part of it is it just hasn't been enough sales, or maybe part of it is maybe they couldn't get the ebook functionality working in Chrome. I don't know. I'm guessing Chrome might have ebook functionality. I'm guessing it does. I don't know. But whatever the speculation is, Microsoft has ended it. Effective as of, I think, yesterday or today, you can no longer buy books. So the Microsoft official press release from their blog here. Books in the Microsoft Store. So the books category is closing April 2nd. So that was yesterday as I'm recording this. April 2nd, the books category in the Microsoft Store will be closing. Unfortunately, this means that starting July 2019, your ebooks will no longer be available to read, but you'll get a full refund for all book purchases, and then there's details down below. Now, why I wanted to talk about this is, as an author, we're always looking at the new technologies, and some of the new technologies are excellent technologies. It is cool to be able to get ebooks, put them onto a device, but then the problem becomes what happens when that platform stops. So Microsoft is killing this platform. Well, if you prefer to read your books and buy a bunch of books from Microsoft, you know, maybe you spend $100, $200, $300 in books on the Microsoft Store. They're saying, oh, well, we're just going to give you a $300 credit. I don't want a $300 credit. I want my books. And so this raises these issues with these platforms. So, in fact, I was listening to a podcast from one of the engineers behind a company called Findaway Voices, who is my global distributor for audiobooks. And he was talking about the fact that just selling audiobooks as an MP3, most people don't even know how to put those on their phone anymore. That's how dumbed down we have become, people. Learn how to use your devices, please, so you can purchase ebooks and MP3s without being locked into an ecosystem or into an app, and you can enjoy them across the spectrum of things that you have. But I found that to be a very fascinating statement that he made in that podcast, that systems like Audible are coming up, and like the Microsoft Store for ebooks. Of course, Amazon's the biggest with Kindle. Barnes & Noble has one in the Nook. And these things produce this proprietary platform, and then they DRM lock the books to that individual device, and so you can read the individual books. Now, you say, and the argument goes that, oh, that's okay because it prevents piracy. Well, there's a huge publisher based in the UK called Macmillan, and they did some research on this, and they are the only major publisher I know of that does not DRM lock everything, because they found that the loss is actually insignificant, and they just thought that their customer convenience was more important. And that's positive praise for a company that once laid me off. No, but that's okay. I used to work for a startup company that Macmillan bought, and then they fired us all, you know. That's all right. But anyway, if you were to buy your ebooks in the Microsoft Store, as of yesterday, you can no longer buy them. And then as of July, they will be completely removed from your device, and you cannot use them again. This is another fun reason not to use and get yourself caught into the Microsoft ecosystem. What if you get yourself all into the gaming ecosystem and you're all relying on that, and they just decide tomorrow, we're just going to shut it down now? You've lost all that investment. If I put $300-400 into books, I don't want a credit for your stupid store. I want my books back. Why don't you say, all right, you have to give me $300 on a gift certificate for Amazon so I can rebuy my library and Kindle? Or better yet, buy them somewhere that's not going to DRM lock them, and that if the company goes belly up or ends the service, you can keep the actual files yourself. Now, if you have pre-ordered a book with a delivery date after April 2nd, they have canceled the pre-order and refunded your money. So basically, it will refunding process for eligible customers will start rolling out automatically in July 19. To your original payment method. If your original payment method is no longer valid and on file with us, you will receive a credit back to your Microsoft account for use in the Microsoft Store. What if I purchase a book with a gift card or a credit and no longer have the original payment? It will go back to the store. What happens to book you've already purchased? You continue to read them until July 2019, when they will no longer be available, and you will receive a full refund on the original price. So the good news is you're not really losing much. The bad news is you got to lock yourself to the Microsoft Store. What happens to books I've rented? You can continue to read them throughout the duration. So I'm guessing the rental period is definitely all going to expire. You just can't rent anymore. The free books, you can continue to read the free books you've downloaded until July 2019. Woohoo! Even if you've gotten free books, they will no longer be accessible. What about my in-book notes? Markups annotations acquired from the Microsoft Store will be available until early July 2019 when your books are removed from Edge. If you have made markups or annotations in any of your acquired books prior to these, you'll receive an additional $25 credit to your account at the same time the refunds are processed. So hey, if you've made annotations, you'll get a little bit more money. Woohoo! Great news if you were reading this on the 1st, you know. When's the last day you can read them? Early July 2019. And what happens with my books in Microsoft Edge when I can no longer read them? They are removed. So they're done. And this is why, even as a minimalist, I don't jump onto the Kindle bandwagon. I mean, there's a lot of people have asked, what's on that bookshelf behind me? Mostly it's Bible commentaries, and actually most of what's on there is actually available on the internet without cost. I love the format of having the book there. Now, I've been working really hard on getting rid of a lot of books. The challenge that you have is that not every book is available as an ebook, and I don't want to buy a DRM locked copy of a book to replace a physical book I want to keep. Now, every book in my library that I can get DRM free, I'm working on that because I like to read it in paperback, and if it's a significant enough book, I want to keep the book around. But if I can keep it in ebook format, that's very good and matches my minimalist view as long as it is not DRM locked. And so this is the purpose of this message, and the warning in this message is that when you are locking yourself to a proprietary format, whether it be an ebook, whether it be a movie, whether it be music, you are locked into that system, and it makes it very difficult to walk away. And that is part of the grand plan. Where's my hat? I mean, really. And so as we look into this, the question becomes, are ebooks and audiobooks good? They are great. Now, I generally prefer the physical books. I like ebooks for the ones that are public domain things, so I don't have to go and find a copy of a book. I love the ebooks. I love the audiobooks. Listening to something, whether it's in the car or on a walk, I love all of the formats, and I use all of the formats. But what I've done personally is I've made sure that my books are available in multiple varieties of formats, with a little asterisk note. We are going to be rolling out a book series that we're going to start on KDP Select, which is exclusive to Amazon. It's unfortunate, but it's the only way I can test out the KDP system to see if it's good. We were only going to keep those on that platform for as long as is required, and then we will roll them out the same way we roll out everything else. So if you are interested in my books, where can you get them in the different formats? I already mentioned Audible. And you can have a look if you use an Audible account. If you have an Audible account and you like it, great. You can actually get my books with your Audible credit. I have 3 of them available right now. I am a Christian author, so that may not apply to all my demographic, but I am unapologetically a Christian author. You can have a look at these books. The yellow one here is a parody of some of the crazy things in first world Christianity. The blue one at the top kind of teaches you about the process of being a Christian, and the white one at the bottom is about media entertainment. So you can pick those up. Now, if you do not want to use a system like Audible, you don't want to use a system that DRM locks, if you buy my books from Amazon, where available, they are not DRM locked on Amazon. I think India forces them to be locked. A few other jurisdictions do. But anywhere in the world, this works international. I have this company called PayHip that I work with. So PayHip is a distributor for digital products. So you can pick up the ebooks or the audiobooks here. These guys here give me the highest royalty rate. So you get the DRM unlocked version of the book that you can use on any of your platforms, MP3s, obviously, and EPUB/Mobi, so you can send it to your Kindle. If you do use a Kindle, you can send it to your Kindle, or you can use it on any other e-reader that you can find regardless. So PayHip is a great place. And of course, if you're in the United States, you can actually come right to my store directly on my website. And on my store directly on my website, I did put up the audiobooks as well. So you can pick up the softcover, the digital, and the audiobook formats, the ebooks and the audiobooks there as well. So these are the ways, and let me tell you, as an independent author, anytime you find an independent author, it is always best, if you can, to order directly from them. They make the highest general profit. Now, the question is, you don't always want to do that for security reasons, whatever else. You might feel more comfortable buying from an Amazon. Amazon, in my case, is actually the number 2. Buying from Amazon gets me some of the highest royalties in the industry. That's why I don't mind Amazon quite as much. But the point of all of this is that we have to be very careful locking anything into a proprietary format, because as Microsoft just proved, I mean, I just heard about this week, and they just came out this week. Oh, sorry guys, you can't buy books anymore. In fact, when did this come out? I don't know. Oh, well, it was last updated on April 2nd. So Microsoft press release came out literally just this week. Immediate the end of the store, you only have 3 months to listen to your books or read your books. Be warned about any walled garden, any proprietary format. You want to grab the files that you can for your own use in a way that will allow you to jump from platform to platform and still enjoy the content that you buy. So if you've purchased my book from Microsoft Store, give me evidence of that. I'll make sure you have a copy of it you can go home with. So that's kind of that. So with all that being said, that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts about Microsoft killing the ebooks? Did you even know they had ebooks? Did you ever use them? Let me know what you think about it. You can help support the channel. Have a look at the links above me or in the description down below, and follow along on the social media accounts if you want to keep up to date on what is going on. So thanks for watching. All right, let's see. Jump on back into comments. Greetings, everybody who has just come on. Michelle, how's it going there? It's Mr. Wizard. No. David Payne, how's it going there? Latin Right Mass, how's it going there? Microsoft love Linux. Microsoft does not love ebooks. Yeah. Edge is getting an update soon. Now it is going to be based on Chromium. Yep. Article I read was surprised that MS even had an ebook store, and they literally had to refund tens of people. Yep. All 10 of you. All 10 of you. I can tell you very few fractured fairy tales, personally. So I always want physical copies of everything. See, I like the digital copies as long as I am free to use that on different platforms. So I like I love Project Gutenberg. Great place to get open source books or public domain books, ebooks. They're great. Audiobooks are great. I mean, they're all good as long as it is a format that you can carry with you to different devices. That's all you need. Let's see. Physical copies for me too. Yep. DistroTube loves the Kindle e-ink reader. Yeah, those are nice. And like I said, if you can get any of these open source platforms, you can send those to your Kindle. So your Kindle is going to have an email address associated with it that is somehow tied to your account. You just need to go into your Amazon account, manage your Kindle, and it'll give you the address. Email from your Amazon account, email the book to that Kindle address, and it'll appear on the Kindle. It will never make it hard for people who know how to pirate to get what they want. They only make it harder for people that want to pay for stuff. Yep. Refund isn't good enough. They need to let you download them for offline use. And I completely agree. Greetings, Anna Rita. How's it going there? Stallman was right. Right about the tastiness of toenail? No. Ooh, using e-readers, I can have tons of books on there without the need to carry books. Yeah. Bookshelf looks well loved, but I always worry that it might collapse any moment under the strain. I am actually a little worried about that top shelf. The top shelf is bending down a little bit more than I think it should in its particle board. Now, the rest of the case is actually sturdy. I've actually shored it up quite a bit, but I mean, the Kobo ecosystem, because I want my books to be legal, and for that I need an ecosystem with a Kobo. Okay? For libraries, give all my books to the library when I'm finished with them. Technically, I can read them, but now they don't take up personal space. Yeah, absolutely. Public libraries are great. Also, let me mention this too, for you guys that are unaware. Many of your library systems, you can actually go and rent audiobooks. So if you were to go to the library, your local library, you could rent any of my audiobooks from the library. That's a great way to get them. And my distributor should have it in most libraries. It depends on if the libraries utilize the distributor services, and most of them do. You might need to go and request it the first time. But that's a great way if you want to listen to the audiobooks. You can head to your public library, and if they don't have it, they'll order it for you. And then you can get it. And then it's with them, I think it goes through their apps. I don't know exactly how it works. I should go down to our local library and check that out. But I believe it goes through the apps, and then it's valid for a certain period of time, and then it expires. You can go to the library and renew it. But then the way it works is that the library has, you know, X number of digital copies available. So somebody can go into the library, and if there's not a copy, the library just downloads another one. And their budget usually just pays for it. So they'll download another one, then they'll have 2 copies in circulation. So one expires, it goes back into circulation. It's a really neat system. But you can actually, if you're into audiobooks, you should be able to find all my audiobooks at a public library. I should go down to the library and get the details on that. I've only bought ebooks that I don't care too much about. Read ones and don't care if I lose them. For ones I'd prefer later, I prefer physical copies. Yeah. For me, I kind of split that difference. If it's a really good book, I want to keep it around, I prefer the physical copy. If it's an okay book, I'll try and get an e-copy if I can. If it's a okay book, but not the end of the world if I lose it, I'll send it to the community libraries. Do buy books through the author website. Do not buy because of the author website, because it needs a credit card, and with Kobo I can just buy a gift card at the store. Yes. And that is exactly why I make sure my stuff is everywhere, because of that exact reason. Social media together here, socially. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait. Richard Addison vomiting at the moment. Ew. Get well, man. You need to be able to have physical copies. You need to be able to purchase anonymously. Physical copies and purchase anonymously. That's the one downside of the ebooks. The only way I can think of to anonymously get an ebook is kind of through a proxy, because like Amazon, you can buy from Amazon anonymously. It's possible. You need to set up a anonymous account with a separate email through either Tor or a VPN. And then you set the shipping location just to a pickup location, and you can actually buy the books. You can buy the ebooks through that. You got to get it onto a device, and you got to be careful with that. So that's a fun one. All right. Let's see. End of rant. Yes. Check out PocketNet for uncensored social networking using blockchain technology. Still buy physical CDs and Blu-rays. Yes. Hello, Chris. How are you? Here in Canada, they took out the physical copies of DVD movies and CD music. So not good. Ew, that's horrible. Greetings, George. How's it going there? Why does MS feel the need to police what apps people run on Windows 10? Because they're insane. Some decent stores here in backward Alcy land, but I also do buy online. Yeah. What's wrong with having ebooks and a third-party app? Yeah. CFWW, greetings and hello to you. They're treating the web as their printing press. They want to control all media. Treating the web as a printer can credit egregious. None of the business of a person is not breaking the laws to them. Public library, they have an online system where you can download audiobooks for free. So I do it on my pajamas on the weekend. Anna Rita, see if my books are available at your library. That'd be cool to find out. Installing Candy Crush on people's computer without their consent is unforgivable. I completely concur. You know how many times I've had to uninstall Candy Crush on the same computer? Good point. I recently discovered the joys of our local library with my daughters. Why bother buying books? Yes, I've seen our local library's ebook collection too. Very cool. You should let me know if the audiobooks and ebooks are available in your library too. I would like to know. Can you get these all over the world? I wish my remote services tool would get legitimate Linux support already. Can borrow one of your ebooks and get you a sale. Yeah, I make like $2. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. If you rent the book from a library, now if it was the first time the library buys it, I think I make $2 a sale. If you use your Audible credit to buy the book forever, I also get $2 in sale. But yes, you can go to the library and rent. I don't know about ebooks, but I know about my audiobooks. My audiobook distributors go into that. My ebooks should. I just have never confirmed that. How can a book have any serious copy protection? I mean, I can still copy it while reading. Yeah, it violates rights to make a copy of personal use. Liberated thinking can run on Linux, and it's excellent stuff, but they didn't get Linux native support or can't tell me anything. Yeah, crazy. Cash on the barrelhead, which will soon be illegal. I just wish peeps would pay more attention to what's going on. That's right, we do. We need to stop going, oh, the new Apple credit card, and actually pay attention to the world around us. People say goodbye to Windows and hello to Linux. Absolutely. Checking now. All right. What would happen if Amazon or Barnes & Noble did this? Yeah, that would be a major thing. I remember books. Hello, Toss. Are they in the trunk of your caddy, Toss? No more. All right. I think we're going to shift gears and jump on into our second topic here. Heard both Tom and Toss mispronounce Aussie. Is it Aussie? I think it's Aussie, right? Aussie? Is it Aussie? Correct me tomorrow, Vince, when we can actually talk. All right. We're going to go ahead and change gears a little bit. That means I need to change my my banner, and then we will be talking about AVLinux next. No. Replace. Alrighty. Let me actually pull up the AVLinux website as well. Well, I found the user manual. I don't think I found the actual website yet. Footnotes, preview of coming attractions. It's not good. Not good at all. All right. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. All right. Let me read through a couple more comments here. Okay. Books are now printed on paper rather than chiseled in stone. Kobo website also has a section where they have free ebooks to download for free as the author allows it, usually if the series to put the books #1 for free. Yes. Okay. Aussie. Aussie from the land down under. How to use a real book. Just swipe the page sideways after reading a page. That's right. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to our next topic. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, today we're going to be having a look at AVLinux. Is this good for production? And before we start, I have an affiliate in the comments down below, or in the description down below for Audible. It's not a full-fledged subscription. I'm going to have to restart this because my brain is not functioning today. My apologies for you guys watching live. We're just going to go ahead and restart that. I just completely botched that. That was just horrible. Wow. I need more coffee. All right. Now we're set. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Today we're going to be looking at AVLinux. Is this good for production? Of course, we have Ubuntu Studio. We have Linux where we can pretty much install all these things on top of anyway. Is AVLinux a good contender? So before we dive into that, have a look at the links in the description down below. I do have some books on Audible, and if you follow my links and create an account, I do get a bounty credit, which is effectively like an affiliate link. So if you are thinking about using Audible or interested in any of my 3 books, if you're thinking about using Audible, use my link in the description down below to sign up. Or if you already have Audible, consider picking up one of my books with your free credits. So with that being said, let's go ahead and have a look at AVLinux. So this is a build based on Debian, and it is designed for doing AV work, so audio video work. So think of it kind of like an Ubuntu Studio, only it doesn't have the entire spectrum of everything like Studio has, where you can say, I want to do full desktop publishing, I want to do music, I want to do video, I want to do graphics. So Ubuntu Studio has a little bit more. This one focuses specifically on audio video stuff, and we will have a look at it. And first and foremost, if you are looking into getting this, you are going to want to go over to the reader's manual and read through it. It has a very odd installation procedure, and your installation procedure will require to make everything, and then you actually install it by restoring the live CD onto the partitions that you made. It is a little unusual, just a warning for that. And so it is definitely not advised if you are a beginning Linux user. You will probably want to steer clear from this one until you get some little bit more experience. But with that being said, what we are going to do is we are going to boot this guy up into a virtual machine, and we will have a look at what this guy looks like. Now, as we are getting ready to boot this guy up, let me start by saying that overall, just the footnotes of this, I am not overly impressed with the distribution. One of the biggest challenges is that there is a login you have to use to get into the system, which is actually different from the login you need to use to install the system. You had to dig through the installation manual to find the login that you needed to use in order to install the system. And that, to me, was just totally weird. So with that, let's go ahead and log into AVLinux. And we will log into here. It will give us a nice full screen. We are, like I said, we are Debian based on XFCE, Debian based with the XFCE desktop environment. It does look pretty nice, neat little round logo sets. I've installed it, and the only other thing I did is I expanded my menu because it was just a little too small to read everything that was in there. So this is what we get on installation. We are officially installed here. And it is basically Debian with a lot of different tools and packages. So we do have the assistant. This guy here is one of the few things that is kind of an extra add-on. We have apt cleanup, distribution upgrade, which is cool. It does have some nice systems in here, so in theory you should just be able to roll to your most recent versions. And this is a brand new version. That is going to come into play in a few moments. All right, so the download is rather large. I think it's like 3.5 gigabytes or something like that, and it has a lot of things. It has Firefox. It also has Google Chrome. It has a lot of applications, which we would kind of expect being an AV-based distribution. So if we have a look at all of the applications, under our accessories, we do have a wide variety of things. Actually, before I get too far into this, do we have, I just want to see if we have a system monitor in here. Okay, well, Spotify's on there. All right, which makes sense for an AV thing. You might want Spotify. Let's see if HTOP is installed. Nope. Just want to get an idea what the... Oh, that's right. I'm not in a pseudo group. We're not going to bother. I didn't put myself in a pseudo group. So we're not going to see how many system resources it's taking. It's going to be fairly light. It's Debian based on XFCE, so it's going to be fairly light. But as far as our applications, we do have things like USB writers, just a lot of really useful tools for different things, screenshots, sensor viewers. I have no idea what half this stuff does. No, there's a task manager. There we are. So we're using 7% of my memory. I have 6 gigs of RAM, so do the math. All right. So under our development, we have our icon browser. Graphics, they give us Blender, which is an interesting one to have out of the box. Blender is, of course, 3D rendering animations. Basically, it's 3ds Max, or what's the other one? Is Substance Painter one of these two? I forget. We have GIMP, ImageMagick, Inkscape, and Shotwell, and an image viewer. As far as internet, they give us Google Chrome and Firefox. We have transmission and IRC chat. Now, let's go back to multimedia. We don't have any full Office package out of the box. We have a desktop calendar, dictionary, basic stuff that comes with XFCE. And then we do have an additional drivers tool. That's actually kind of neat. So let's have a look at this guy. Other software, Debian software. So here is actually some tools for other drivers. That's actually an interesting thing. And then we have BleachBit as root. We do have boot up managers. We have another system back for a complete backup and restore. This is actually what you use to install the system. Hey, there's our task manager again. Apparently it's in there. I just didn't see it the first time. And then just a variety of other things. Now, as far as multimedia is concerned, let's go back to this. So we have a ton of tools. Now, I do some audio production, but not a lot. I do audio production in the realm of audiobooks, hence my audiobooks are on Audible. And I produce my audiobooks completely on Linux. I use those on my Linux Mint 18.3, and there's a little couple caveats in that we're going to get into in a moment. And so here we just have a lot of tools that will be very useful for different things that you need to do. We have Audacity. We do have Ordor on here out of the box, which is sometimes can be difficult to get installed, but this actually does seem to be working. It does not have LMMS, which most people I know that do audio production on Linux do prefer LMMS. But it doesn't have that, but it does have a lot of other system tools. We have disk production, so a variety of different CD burners and audio tagging. Here's hardware configuration, dealing with your AV equipment, and then Clementine, MPV, and then Spotify, and then we have under our video production, a variety of different video editors. This is one of these things where it's kind of like Studio. There's so many options. It's like, do you really need every one of these, or do you just kind of pick the one that you use? It just raises a question. But we're going to have a look at just a couple of things out of the box. First and foremost, what versions of software? This is very significant because Linux in the last couple of years has grown in leaps and bounds with how good it has become. Go back a few years back, things were not quite as good. And the problem with Debian is it is often, Debian is often has much older packages based on, based on stable or testing. And so here our Kdenlive version is 16.12.2 and the current working version is 17. And mind you, this distribution just came out today. So we're talking about an old version. Now, this version of Kdenlive, they should have had the bugs worked out. The version 5 was extremely buggy and barely ever worked, and most people hated Kdenlive and thought Kdenlive sucked and video editing on Linux sucked because the previous version to Kdenlive didn't work right. Constantly crash. This version, I think, gets into the version that does start to work right. And so we are in a case where already we have older software that's getting closer to things that don't work. Now, Kdenlive is what I do use for my production for videos, but audiobooks, I do audiobooks and I also do podcasts, which I use Audacity. Now, we have a big problem with Audacity. As you notice, we are version 2.1.2. Well, all of the tools that you need for Audacity to do your audiobook production right require a minimum of 2.1.3, which means that the way this ships out of the box to this day, I cannot plug this system in my computer and actually do audiobooks and podcasts in a way that that will be accepted by the systems. So there's actually a suite of plugins. The problem is that Audacity, well, Audacity has a normalize function. What they don't have is they don't have an RMS normalize function, which you have to use because you have to have an RMS value for distributing an audiobook to any of the retailers. You have to have an RMS value between a certain range, and you can't make that work without that RMS normalize, at least not without spending an excessive amount of time on it. The other thing that you need is the limiter, which is already here, and you also need a profile under the equalization that has been added in recent times. You also need, under your analyze, you need the ACX checker. And none of those things will work without upgrading the version of Audacity. So this distribution dedicated to AV production just came out today, has old versions of software that you can't actually use to do a lot of good production because the AV production in the last recent years has really been growing by leaps and bounds. And so while this is a neat system, I might want to play around with it a little bit. It looks like a neat place to learn about some of these other applications that I would love to learn how to use. It is an interesting thing. I'm not sure I can really recommend AVLinux simply because the installation is a royal pain. They didn't have consistency, literally having a separate password for the live key and the installation, having all of the documentation hard to find and buried. You can get it working. It doesn't take a lot of time, but you have to manually set everything up, and the installation is completely backwards for most other Linux distros. Add to that the fact that we are using old packages and some of the tools that you need for modern day production of these areas. They're not going to work on this out of the box. And so you could dive into this, get into the system, think that everything is going to go well, and find yourself in a lot of deep disappointment simply because the packages are still emerging from that time that Linux packages were not as good. So I want to experiment with it a little bit. I really think maybe in the next version or two, particularly if they clean up that installation, the next version or two, this might be really good. But as for now, if you need an AV-based one, I would probably still recommend that you look to Ubuntu Studio or just look to the specific applications you need. Start with a bare-boned anything that works and just add these applications. They're all applications that are available in most repositories anyway. These are just builds that give us something out of the box. So that's kind of my quick initial take on AVLinux. Let me know if you guys want to see how you install this, if that would be helpful for you. I will be glad to do another video just walking you through the installation. Let me know if that would be helpful for you. so you can poke around in it yourself. You can help support the channel. Once again, to have a look at the Audible links in the description down below. You can also have a look at the other links in the description or the ones up above me, and have a look at the social media accounts as well. So thanks for coming along, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, let me go ahead and shut this bad boy down. All right, let's see what we got here. Herbal, okay. Oh, that's an old one. I'm beyond that part, huh? All right. Ozzy Osbourne, yeah. Okay, I've made it a point. I will not use Steam, Stadia, any of that crap. I will simply order any games from Green Man Gaming or GOG. Ownership in this country? Yeah, ownership in this country is eroding so fast. Gonna have to publish one, yeah. I think the last book I bought was by Jesse Ventura. Ain't got no time to bleed. You got time to duck? All right, okay. Best line in Predator, yep. Yes, it is. Double dose my meds again last night. No, don't double dose, man. Don't double dose. Okay. Get the Whopper at Burger King. Nah, that does not sound good to me. I ate out yesterday for a business meeting, and I had lunch with a friend today, and we ate way too much at Brothers Pizza, and oh, it was so good. But I'm like, I don't even think I want to eat today, which is very sad because I have a steak in my refrigerator and I don't want to eat today. That is demented, people. I have a steak in the refrigerator and I don't feel like eating. New law on jailing social media executives and fining them 10% of their turnover if abhorrent, violent content is shared and not removed in a timely fashion just passed. Oh boy, there goes the end of freedom over there. I don't know. Try MeWe. It's actually good social networking done right. I don't know. I still can't stand it. What did you miss? I don't know. How long have you been here? Fortunate in business, you have to be where people are. Otherwise, cut your own throat. Yep. See, that's what Burger King should do. They should join in a deal with, is it Nestle that does Whoppers? So you can order your Whopper value meal, which comes with Whoppers for dessert. Warriors Facebook is trying to ruin Instagram now. Oh, of course they are. They are coming. eBooks? What? Did I do another typo? What is AVLinux? We got into that already, I think. I definitely prefer the classic wrestlers of the 90s over today's. Yeah, I just promote my business pretty much. Okay, AVLinux Debian based for audio video production. If your PDF gets deleted, just torrent them. Pirate Bay has book torrents. I mean, you paid for them already. Wouldn't be pirating. Except in the licensing agreement that you agreed to when you bought those books, simply said that those books were licensed, and they're just revoking the license. Right, Kitty? Hello, peoples. The Undertaker. I remember The Undertaker. Cat. The cat's like, dude, I see those. I want them. I want them. I'm dreaming of the Temptations. Mainstream because all the BS. Hence the Proton is a Trojan horse video. Yeah. Evil used to watch whole streams with no social interaction. Google knew it was there. They should make a switch to Linux distro. Yeah. I'm not going to make a switch to Linux distro just because there's too many distros out there already. Want to switch to Linux distro? Go to Linux Mint. At least my Counter-Strike source has a Linux port. There you go. Debian uses su rather than sudo for some reason. That's the Debian folks. Never been able to coherently explain it to me. Yeah, I think I could have done su-i, right? I think if I went into there, do su-i, type in the password, that might have gotten me to root. I think it does. Is that correct? Distro? Sudo in Italian means sweat. No sudo, man. Let me speak my mind. Life's too short to mince your words. Short of going out of your way to offend someone, they're just words. Someone doesn't like what I say, fine. Oh man, you might trigger somebody though. I'm triggered. People hate the truth. Yes, they do. Couldn't make an alias that makes su into sudo. Talk to Stephanie Sunday. I'll tell her you said to pull the other finger. Oh, okay. Really? Crystal Energy. Greetings. Mainstream people hate the truth. Go to MeWe and PocketNet. Those people are different. Awake, etc. Just choose the right groups. Went to the public library online. Search the author. Type your name there, but nothing came up. You might have to contact the library and ask. It might only show up if somebody's already ordered it. You might have to go into the library and ask. I'll go to my library soon and find out from them. And say things, be more business professional, yeah. Made it here late. Is that AVLinux? Yes, it is AVLinux. People hate the truth, period. Okay. Living in an Orwellian society. That's right. Let's go hang out with the people that appreciate truth. There are places for this. PocketNet is one of them. PocketNet. I haven't seen PocketNet before. Do I need to look up PocketNet? Learn to bite my tongue. Ah! It's hard to hear that stereotypical raging atheist, but I personally find it better to not sharply rebuke them, but nod somewhat and insert corrections. IRC server. You know, I think I might, I don't know. I thought about that. I thought about a Mastodon. Don't really want to do a Discord. I don't know. I'll think about that. Problem with social media, people are more concerned with have many friends as opposed to good friends. Yep. They build FFmpeg with... Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I should look into that. Let me boot this guy back up. That's a good question. I want to see if the non-free repos are enabled and things. Because if not, there's a lot of multimedia that won't work. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't I stop the recording? That sounds good. Focus on ones that really matter. Switch from OpenShot to Kdenlive Live. Took me a little bit. Got used to it. Yeah, I used to do OpenShot, and then they kind of killed OpenShot. All right, so first thing I want to test, if I do su-i, hey, yes, su-i does get me into root, so that's good. I typed in Rexit, not exit. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me go. I'm looking for where my sources are again. Okay, so there's a lot of sources plugged in. I won't know what all of these are, but at the bottom of the screen there in white, there's a lot of sources listed in here already. So there's Google Chrome, KX Studio. There's G55C. So yeah, there's some of your things. There's some non-free G55C, GCC5. My apologies. So yeah, there's some non-free things listed here. Whoa, wrong button. Apparently typing things in there, messed that up. Make sure I didn't kill the stream. All right, there you go. All right. So yeah, the non-free are enabled in the system as well. So going into your Etsy apt and sources.list that has the purple ones here at the end. This is telling me that they do have the non-free enabled for Debian stretch. So yeah, so it does look like non-free stuff is enabled. What they're doing with FFmpeg, I don't know. If you tell me what to look for, I'll look at it. All right. Go to the course audio page or put it in the search box. Don't know. I'm not going to try and crash my system on a stream. Understand. DT type in search. Let's see. Yes, links above me are not there until post edit. That's a post edit thing. You guys are watching it live. You don't get the links until I edit it. You just have to look in the description. Later, Tom. Info on AVLinux would be good for anyone thinking of switching from Macs. It's a distro that doesn't get much airtime. Ooh. MacBook airtime. Take your steak if you don't need it. No. No. I mean, I give a lot of things away. You can't have my steak. I found that steak on sale the other day, man. I don't know why it's on sale, but maybe the butcher hit a cow on the way into work. I don't know, but it looked good and it looked big. Greetings, Fox Forest from Croatia. Thanks for coming along. IT stakeholders regarding our knee-jerk reaction laws, free speech and legitimate whistleblower. uses could become criminalized. Well, and this is hilarious. It's like, it's against the law to do X, Y, or Z thing. So a whistleblower tells how the government's doing X, Y, or Z thing, and so they kill the whistleblower. Huh? Yes, it is for audio video. My ceiling is cool. Yes, my ceiling is definitely cool. The house panther stalks his prey. That's right. You dog on my desk. Yeah, it's a cat. It's just a big cat. Right, big kitty. I also believe it's important not only to surround yourself with people who agree with you, it's important to not only surround yourself with people who agree with you, it's healthy to be challenged. Yes. Hey, pizza. How's it going there, pizza? Looks fine if it's small in the bottom right corner. Yeah, so pizza. The setting you want to look for is actually, let's see if I can find it without messing everything up. Look at your video format defaults to YV422, which causes jumpiness. You need to go down to any one of the two emulated, YU12 emulated or YV12 emulated. So just change that video format down to one of those. That usually is what fixes that on OBS. Looks like me today. Too many diapers. Did you change too many diapers? He's like, no, I'm just waiting for those kitty treats. Just told me, Anna, this weekend we need to do our taxes. Ugh. Yep. Mine are done. I just need to mail them in. Okay, here in Canada, it's tax month until April something, yeah. Used to do taxes when I worked every 4 years and get $30,000 back in taxes. No, it was, OpenShot was pretty good a while back. It became annoying to use. Use Debian. It's better than Debian. The total opposite of Ubuntu, though. If I had a steak, I'd probably make some curry and rice. Making you hungry again. Uh-oh. Challenges me every day, it drives me nuts. I have Linux Mint, XFC, and Ubuntu Mate. Tried MX Linux, but my 2 USB Wi-Fi adapters won't work. Oh, that's not good. Get your steak from local farmers. Yeah, but our farmers markets don't open until next month. I think there might be one downtown. I don't know. All right, we're going to go ahead and shut down the distro over here. Then we are going to feed the Desk Panther and do our final comments. And then, yeah, even though I'm not super hungry, I'm going to go cook a steak because, steak, tasty. You ready to get fed, Desk Panther? Are you ready to get fed? Are you? You excited to get fed? Are you going to moon everybody? Oh boy. Oh boy. Here, buddy. See? Put your face in there. Put something in there. Did you get one? Yeah. All right, you ready? Here's another one. Oh, right here. Right here. These actually smell good. I wonder if they're tasty. Are they finger licking good? Are they? Yeah, they finger licking good. Anna Rita wants you to moon everybody. Yes. That's it. That's all you get. You get 3. You get 3 today. You get 3 more tomorrow if you join me for the news. Actually, you might get 4 tomorrow. Yes, you get 4 tomorrow. All right. Got some curry powder, cayenne, salt in the couch. I don't have any curry powder. Farmer's Market in my town runs year-round. I think we have one that still meets downtown on Fridays. I'm not sure if the meat sellers are there or not. The biggest reason I don't generally buy a lot of the meat from the farmers markets is because everything has to be frozen, and I don't get like what you'd consider a normal steak for somebody else. I slice and make into 4 meals, and so I can't get them thawed, and so I can't thaw them and then refreeze them. So that's why I only get steak from the farmers market if I plan on sharing it with a lot of people at once. Okay. How'd you run a country? Not America, just a country in general. My way or the highway? No, I mean, certainly by Christian principles, I would run a country. That's kind of what it would be. I mean, it wouldn't be a theocracy by any stretch, but definitely a lot of freedoms. But definitely harsher penalties. That's the biggest problem to killing America, is there are no penalties for people who willingly break the law, because there's like, what, you're not going to do anything to me. Not going to do anything to me at all. You know, it's like too many choices. Don't do this. We'll get serious. You'll never get serious. You know. You're around Thursdays and Fridays. Caramelization. I should go make caramel. I think I'm about out of caramel. All right. Well, I think we've gotten to the bottom of our comments. We've gotten to the bottom of the topics. We've gotten to the bottom of everything else. I think we will go ahead and wrap this guy up. So thanks for coming along, guys. Tomorrow we will be doing a 7 o'clock Patreon stream. So open to the public. Supporters on Patreon and Think Life Media are free to join in the discussion. The links will be posted there around 6:45 to jump on in. And I think I know what topic we're going to do. I'll email it out to you guys. So you guys will have it as probably tomorrow morning. I'll email it out. So with that being said, thanks for coming along. And again, take a look at the links in the description down below. Have yourself, is there, oh, is Steve's Very Own on? Everybody, get me a link. Somebody get me a link for Steve's Very Own. We're going to raid Steve's Very Own. See if I can find it. Oh, Steve's Very Own is on. All right, cool. All right, guys, here is the link to Steve's Very Own. Go on over there and go STL Raid. Support Steve. He's starting up his channel, and he's doing great. Does peppermint stuff. So STL Raid him, guys. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for coming along.